Hello? Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's mystery time. Morning, Bear and B and Rach and Ari and Yana and Becca and Clade. Welcome. Oh, thank you for the sip. Clade, it's been a while, bud. Oh my god. One second, I have to adjust something. I'm being punished. Okay. Goodbye, lo-fi. The lo-fi's over. It's never coming back. It's over. Oh, night shift. No! Alright, everybody. Guess what time it is, baby? Guess what time it is? solving mysteries in the third dimension. Hi, Yeti. Happy Wednesday. No, sign into Steam, please. Thank you. Ah! Oh, the emotes. Oh, it frightened me. I don't like that my hands aren't, but then I'm like a Ken doll. Oh, God. Yana, it's me. Ah! The creatures! Yeti! Congratulations, bud! Hell yeah! That's such good news. Congratulations. Hey. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, I figured the music was real loud. I'm sorry. I'm adjusting. It's just a lot. Oh my god. How's that? Ah, the goose! The goose, the creature! I'm gonna have to move. Probably make myself pretty small and move the chat, but I don't know where anything's gonna go. Let's start off with you being here. Who's to say? Roottrees Mania. This mystery will unlock once you finish the Roottrees Are Dead. What do you mean? Oh, thank you. Ah!
The
1998.
plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is
Real
now known to have
human.
been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
Hello.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees Company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
Powerful title.
I'm...
Oh. I give you a quick test, pass it, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime. What if I don't? Voices could be... Well, I can turn the volume up now that we're not in the main menu and the music isn't blasting. Complete the family tree of the Roottrees sisters. Siblings are in birth order, oldest to youngest. Examine any evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Sleuth! The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters' Got Milk ad. Music's loud again. Alright. Okay. There are independent audio sliders. What if we do this? And then I turn everything else kind of up. How are we doing? I don't think I can turn down the saxophone specifically. I could email the devs. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches, on which I thought there would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a root tree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." And she's right. This was brought to you by the mysterious person over your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. Women. Eloise, of unknown origin. Gwyneth Anderson. Deborah Bean. Deborah Bean?! Laura Carlson. Stephanie Cattrall. Patricia Christensen. Sarah Cossell, Daniel Franks, Louisa Garcia, Bonnie Hudson, Edith Jacobson, Patricia Jones, Bethany Kellogg, Stephanie London, Clara Lansing, Diamond LaRue. There's three of these, so I'm one. Diamond LaRue, Jane LaRue, and Kim LaRue. Helen Lennon, Gwyneth Madsen, Nicole Madsen, Joan Monroe, Angelica Morden, Carolyn Morden, Gwendolyn Morden, those are also three. April Quaritch, Jessica Rafferty LaRue, Katrina Rafferty LaRue. Oh, these are the Roottrees, okay. Candy Roottree, Carly Roottree, Gwendolyn Roottree, Gwyn Roottree, Christina Roottree, Lauren Roottree, Margalite Roottree, November Roottree, Raina, Riley, Samantha, Tessa. Oh my god, Penelope, Tessa Oh my god, no. Miracle Roottree, Miracle Junior Roottree, and Miracle Third. It's fucking over. This is too many. Who is Deborah Bean, and how does she fit into this? Okay, this is my house. Can I move in my house? Okay, no. I can just look at stuff. Okay. And then we got journal, and then we got duck. Oh, it's a hint duck! Thank you. Okay, let's go back to the board. Let's go to the World Wide Web. Welcome to the Information Superhighway from Cashew Pad. Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Your PC is equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those with high resolution images. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer or bring a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape Explorer's new history feature. Happy surfing, and remember, Cashew PCs are delicious. Don't eat your computer. Just kidding. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Oh! The creature! Spider search. Alright. Okay, the thing is... There's no Deborah Bean? So no Bean? Unacceptable behavior. First few pages are filled with news results with a plane crash, besides that there are countless advertisements and conversation. Okay. Roottrees Candy Company. That's their whole thing? Most articles mention Carl Roottrees, who was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company. His daughters are also eulogized. Okay. So let's go back to this. Let's look up Candy Roottrees. Not Roottrees. Check for typos or search for only one person at a time. Okay. Carly Roottrees. Stop! Okay. You discover a trivia page that lists common trick questions. The answer to what are the first names of the famous Roottrees girls lists the answer Raina, Carly, and Riley. The explanation below the answer says that Rose was originally born Carly Rose Roottrees. Apparently, her parents had planned to have name a son Carl Roottrees Jr., but after finding out they were having a second daughter, they called her Carly. Sometime in the early 90s, a now preteen Carly strongly expressed her dislike that her sisters had R names and she was the odd one out. Okay. So Carly is middle. Okay. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottrees sisters' modeling careers. You can also come across an unofficial. You also come across. I need to slow down. I'm too into this. An unofficial Roottrees fan site, seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. The young webmaster writes, Raina's the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS, but Riley's the smart one. Okay, Raina's the oldest. And then, Riley. Spelled in the weirdest way I've ever seen in my whole life. You might think they're rich just because they're models, but their dad's also the president of the candy company, and their mom Brenda's a fashion designer. They do the modeling for her brand Root. I eat Roottrees candy all the time. My favorite are Maple Crisp, and try to dress in plaid Root clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced, like Rose. Okay, so they're all models? All three of them? One of them has their ears pierced. One of them wears plaid. Click on the faces in the evidence tab. Okay. Understood. Okay. Plaid Root clothes. Okay. Like Riley. Okay. And you want to get your ears pierced like Rose, who is Carly, which means that you remain. Oh, it's very Obra Dinn. It even plays like a similar noise. Oh no. It's over. Thank you for the sip, bear. Booyah! Oh, I didn't put who she's married to.
Test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired. The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The root trees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine. The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional. But filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
Okay.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable root trees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office.
Your mic
I'll look
peaked,
for anything
lady.
useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Your mic peaked. What?
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the root trees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here.
Can I see your
Thank
ID?
you, and good luck.
Girl, who the fuck? Oh. Oh no. Founded in 1908 by Gwyneth and Elias. Okay, before the person who hired you returns, every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, they'll be locked in. It is Oprah! I'm so excited! Bear, you did this. I wouldn't have known. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. Thank you. You're the one who looked at the thing and they were like, it's like Obra Dinn, and I didn't know. I thought it was just like a solve a mystery, look at a crime game. Okay. You're married to TMS. So, oh, the public library. Okay, things are about to happen. Okay. No, okay. Evidence. Okay. I'll look at it in a minute. Calm down. Is it Thomas Sheridan something? You're the only T name on here. Thomas? Tomas? Unless that's a nickname, in which case we're fucked. Okay. You have a dad, and his name is Carl. They were talking about him. Okay, let's look at the other shit it gave me. Notable root trees. The person RGG listed every night can be easily found. Easy to find online. You've been in the line of work a long time. So long, in fact, you developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. The higher the number, the more there is to find. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells, a list of famous people that you can find via search engine. It's pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change. Whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to the list, and old evidence will become less useful. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at the people or phrases it mentions. Often the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Dude. Miracle Jr. is very important. This is an advertisement for 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. What even is elderberry? There's 5 flavors because the original winner had 5 kids. Maybe that's why the kids still love him. Awesome apple, power plum, so strawberry, cool chocolate, and rad blue raspberry. This seems... Blue raspberry flavored candy with the texture of chocolate sounds like one of the worst experiences of my life. I just don't. I don't like that. What do you mean? You agreed so hard, Bear. It was crazy. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and did the thing. And okay, I'm playing the video game. Okay. And then if I go on the website, I can go to magazines and newspapers and the public library. As I'm already like, oh no. I'm already like, oh no. Who's your wife? Brenda. And then... President of the Roottree Candy Company. So what would his profession be? Like... How would you say that? President first? But are we in Canada, though? It's a good question. Fuck! Okay. Which he co-founded with his wife. So she would be something. Sure, just in shock, surprised at the time. Carl is an incredible man and unmatched leader. Filling his absence would be difficult, may take considerable time. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. I don't know what that means. What is the Watchman of the Year? What are they watching? Okay. How do I get more pictures? I'm assuming I go and I look up periodicals. I spelled it wrong. The 2 T's really piss me off. Carl! Oh, I need the newspaper name directly. Like, I just need to know what I'm looking for exactly. Or it's over. Okay. Printing Elias JPEG? Oh, look at him. Are you kidding me? This is a famous photo of Elias and Gwyneth Rootree. It was taken in 1909 after they founded the Rootree Candy Company, but before it was a success. From what you've found searching the internet, it seems quite difficult to find any site about Elias or Gwyneth that isn't accompanied by this picture. Is that suspicious? Bear, shut up! How could you? Elias and Gwyneth are from the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. I'm aware. Okay, let's get them. Oh, her maiden name. I don't know. He is a twink. I think that's something we should consider. Like, did he know? He's the... I don't know enough about... Oh, he's the first president, because he was the founder. So, that means that their dad was President the 5th, I guess. Question mark? I don't know how businesses work, especially when a business has been passed down from a twink in 1909. No one ever taught me about that. Which Gwyneth are you? Elias is credited for inventing 5 pieces of popular maple candy. Before that, the farm he inherited by marrying his wife only produced syrup. So he literally got famous off of his wife. After 5 pieces became wildly successful, Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup, and that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy." The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional details. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Rootree Legacy by Bess Williams. They say they are biased. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Below that, there's a long list of accomplishments and awards, and one stands out. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. What? I don't know what that is, game. Thank you so much for telling me. But I don't know what that is in this universe. They watch? Canada back on, I think. Oh my god, wait. It let me copy. Book title. And then... Bess? The book's impossible to find! Worst day of my life, dude. Can I have multiple windows open? No. These aren't movable. Okay. Let's look up Gwyneth Anderson. You find some information on a website for the first Anderson maple farm. There are a few photos, including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Roottree was Gwyneth Anderson. She had no brothers, so as the oldest... Ah! Yeti! Congrats again, bud. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson maple farm, so long as she married. Before Elias took over, the farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate until they decided to combine the maple with other flavors. This led to 5 pieces. Though the Roottrees Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm, it's been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to their website, There are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1900s. Sorry, girl. Nope, I got the wrong Gwyneth. I just typed in something and I was wrong. So what's your occupation? You're the CEO of a... No, not Carl. Elias. He... Ah! The creatures! Like, she's a housewife, but also... They created... the clothing company together? It said? Or is that Carl and his wife? No, it's Carl and his wife. She's a housewife? Is that an... It is an occupation. Girl, help. We're gonna find out that she was secretly not a housewife, though. She was secretly the killer. Okay. Ah! How do you... Where do we go from here? I mean, we can go... We don't have any pictures of Roottrees Carl. And I would like... It has to be blood relatives, yeah. The spouses are not... The spouses are just bonuses that can help you understand. How do I find out about his son? Who is... Wait. Who is Gwyn Roottree? Stop. Find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site's not very well organized, and the search is broken. Gwyn Roottree is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. She was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's name. Okay. And I have a picture of her now. Wow! You know, this family... Genetics were kind to this family. Like, they had that going for them. Oh, but I don't know where she would be. Because we have to work our way up. Because I can't work my way down. Like, what the fuck do you mean? How do I find a picture of Carl? Pissing me off. Okay. What about Brenda? You stumbled across an auction for a black and blue dress that is a Brenda White original. Oh no. The auction describes it a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Roottree and started designing clothes for Root. The white and gold dress doesn't seem relevant to your search. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hate you. Okay, who did I look up? I got Carly. And I got the Roottrees sisters. But I didn't look up Raina? Like, stop. Okay, so this is the fan site. And then what about Carly? What about Riley? Is it all the same? Yeah, okay. So they all link to the same place. Carl! You're so famous, where are you? Like... Always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay. What is this box? This is fucked, dude. American school terms. We're in America! No! Canada not confirmed. This is fucked. Alright. How do I find out about your sons? And like... How do I find out about your son? You're a great-granddaughter. Or a granddaughter? You're someone. Who's Jim? Who's Miracle Jr.? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Miracle Jr. doesn't go by his full name in promotional materials. Instead, he shortened it to Miracle Jr. What does that mean? Miracle Jr. is a televangelist, oh no, who's part of the Miracle Network. He used to have a show that aired on local access across many stations in the northeastern United States. According to a website called Clergy Watch, he was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. A news expose revealed it was his wife Edith's sister in a disguise. He has since lost a television show and instead goes on tour across the southern United States, where he was not well known before the scandal. His wife, Edith's sister. His wife... Okay, well this is too modern. Again. You guys are more than welcome to, like... to... think. If that's something that you're capable of. Zed, welcome to, like, trying to have a brain, but at unimaginable cost. We're trying to solve a crime, and it's going to cost us everything. Easy to find online, but, like, that doesn't help me... Who's red, in quotations? Aloysius Herring Roottree. What a good name. AKA Red was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed he related to the Roottrees Candy Company newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a landslide. Oh. Oh, red herring root tree. Save me, red herring root tree. Save me. He's got the little fish. Good for him. Alright, who's Jim? Oh, we have no evidence. James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. It's now in your evidence folder. Wait. No, listen to it.
We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Saturday night and you're quite a sight.
The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right.
Making ends meet, so they rent and
We can't afford gas, so we skate in the streets.
guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
He keeps going. It's a full... They're full single.
On wheels we glide with you by my side.
Inflation is rising, and so is our pride.
Big car on fade, make love not
They
hate.
fight overseas, but we'd rather skate.
Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity.
This has to be a full song. Zach, welcome to the best game.
Politicians at large are hopeless.
The bankers in charge are all clowns.
The parties sell better than protest.
So signs up while we boogie down, 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 down.
Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Dude, fuck yes. Fuck yes. Are you kidding me? That was insane. That was incredible. It's a full song in the video game. And they hate the bankers. Rolling On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner note, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. That's why you've never heard it before now. This image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree could make disco this sweet." It's credited to Peter Janowitz from Music and lyrics by Jim Roottrees, vocals by Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue. Jim Roottrees and the Noticeable Roottrees, listen to your evidence. Oh my god, there's a lyrics! The lyrics of the song contain no clues. Thank you for telling me, because I would have looked. Are you kidding me? Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. Although Jim writes the majority of the songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse. He hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Okay. Who are you by relation, though? Okay, it's the same thing. So, we also had Peter from Music Critic. You find him mentioned on a fan website about a band unrelated to the Roottrees. He used to work for Modern Music Monthly. Oops. Modern Music Monthly has played host to many Roottrees advertisements over the years for many of their products, including 5 pieces. They flood the results. And I got a thing. What did it give me? I like missed the notification. It was so brief. We had these. We had the ad. A review and interview from 1979 titled A Reluctant Hitmaker, Jim goes into his first band. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in C&J plus J&D with my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters, so the 4 of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on. Not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded. No more family band. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Roland is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh, but I'm trying to make art! I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade he was a mess, but he's a lot happier now. Started Raffer tunes, and he's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Roottree. All his old ad campaigns were hung up on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. Okay. New periodical added. Modern music. Yeah, game? That's... I guess it was like you succeeded. Oh, here we go. It like put it in my history. It was like you did it. I assume. I'm unclear, to be quite honest. Okay. So Diamond... Oops. Oops. In an article from 1968, you find a small section focusing on young, upcoming talent that Modern Music Monthly predicts will make it big. It has this to say about the LaRues. The LaRue sisters got their start doing session work for their great-uncle's record label. Famous... Okay. Youngest Kim! Okay, we got Clark. Who never knew his father. Clark, rise. Clark Rafferty. You mentioned an album called These Times. Band called released one single called These Times. Someone with the username Diehard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentions that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister. It was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later work. After a blazing fast 35-minute download. Oh, they're so happy. Oh my god, it's a new track. Cranking the volume. Are you fucking kidding me?
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you, and you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge. Rivers rambling, onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me.
They did the most for this game.
Times are ours for free.
They did the most.
We'll tell ourselves these stories older, dwell on warmth, ignore the colder, probably yearn for what could be, rose tinted by youth's memory. So act as though these times ain't fleeting, love still flows, our hearts heart beating. For now ignore fate's destiny, two roads to cross, one's at this tree. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me.
It's cute!
These times are ours for free.
Look at them in the cover. They're so cute.
Someday these times will all be over. All be over. The dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me. These times are ours for free.
Yeah. Yeah! More magazine. Okay. 5 evidence. All I want to do is find more albums now. I don't give a shit about anything else. Are you kidding me? Okay, let me... About the period, though. Section of the magazine called Skip It or Flip It has a short, pitchy blurb about new records. An album called These Times is also under the Skip It column. Any single from them? Amateurish folk-style songwriting is catching at times, but ultimately doesn't do anything new. Very rude. Guys, you know what I really love about this game? How we've made no progress since the, like, tutorial. That's my favorite thing about this game. I've learned nothing about these people. I don't know where they go on the tree. There's 2 sisters and a cousin. And, like, save me? Let's keep going through the importance. We got Lauren. We got Lauren, everybody. So... we got the founder. We don't have a picture. Well, we know we have the founder and his wife, but we don't know what any of their kids are named. So, author Lauren Roottree, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters, is known for her book A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. To little fanfare. When her publisher learned she'd been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottree, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries, released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars, spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through their entry into Vietnam. Why would you publish these? Girl, help. While the content's not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it's found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style. What about the war, though? After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottree. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans refer to as the Court Jester series. She is retired. Okay, so we got the book, and then we've got... Alright, same thing. You hit the jackpot here! Bear? I mean, I would if you would like to. Oh god. This is a book occasionally taught in schools. You open a hardcover edition for students that has full-page, high-quality pictures in it. A summary of the contents of the book, photos, as well as some particularly relevant entries. Oh, 7 new things. Oh, 7 of them! Huh? Complaints? Okay. The below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottree's diary pages in A Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottree is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. Okay? The book was published in 1965 and consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son, Clark, alone. Clark's mom. It's Carl, it's not Clark. Fuck! I still don't know where Clark is. It's fine. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cossells, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company and helped trust a legal document called the Clanstead Trust. It's clear from the context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for different generations of the family. Lauren uses them often. That's so cute. Five Pieces is the first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was in this generation. So her dad... Who's your dad? The next generation, Lauren's, the Free Spirits. The generation after hers, including her son. An entry titled Complaints from Lauren Roottree's Diary, written in 1953. The entry seems to focus specifically on one of Lauren's family members, Gwyn, who is on the notable Roottrees list. Everyone has something to complain about. Gwyn, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after three younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had, and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the two of them. What a mess, but she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. I'm sipping. Now she's off living a glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me, even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. Oh, fuck. She's the first Roottree woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I'm jealous. Okay, if I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all that luck in the world was jealous of me, and now, though I've been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I'm also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwyn. Okay, Dynasty. Focus on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as president of the Roottrees Candy Company in a meeting to determine his successor. Oh my god, please give me the name of your dad! Wish I'd been a fly in the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy, so with the Five Pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch in the family since we still have the Roottree name. I'm not sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach. We all know Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the first five-piece. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad always had very particular views when it came to bloodlines. Ah! I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach, and I'm the next oldest of us all, but he just laughed. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back maybe they wanted to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Fat phobia. Barry, you don't have to take notes. An entry entitled Sam from Lauren Roottree's diary. From a previous entry, you learn that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Why Sam? I have many distant relatives and I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told to trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up, and I'm not the only one to realize. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwyn's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. None of us had even met Sam until Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. I'm killing myself. So, at the reception, when asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands EC and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that's proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Because it's a bastard. Bastard son, girl. One of the final entries called Clark. Clark's getting married, and in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sake, and Danielle isn't much older, but openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who's any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Carl! Carl! Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue passive knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Girl, help. I can't stress this enough. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is said to take over his department once he retires. We got fat phobia. We got racism. We got the whole... We're really getting in there. We got it all. It's all here. Hey, that was me sipping my tea. Hey, what happened? Hey. Oh. Oh my God. What is happening? Hey. That's the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I'm okay. That was really frightening. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the 5 pieces. This is Elias's children. Everybody shut up. Picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. Okay. Fat phobia. This is the next generation. An attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it was fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. Okay. Look at this child. He's so fucking happy to be in this photo. He's so smug about being in this photo. Are you kidding me? Zoom? Oh, you can zoom. Look at him. Who is this? Who is this man with the rainbow tie? Okay. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. I don't even know. I've learned nothing. I feel like I've actually learned less. VTuber, you have to stop. You're swag too tough. Should I move the camera? Like, what is happening? Calm down. Why does it make my eye do that? All I do is lose. Okay. So Miracle's the youngest. Pop, Lauren's dad, is this man. But she only calls him Pop, so I don't know what his name is. And all I do is lose. Is this Miracle then? With the is Miracle like, because Miracle had an eye patch. Is Miracle like is Miracle blind, or is, like, what happened to Miracle? Okay, so there's a group of 4 children, so we can Dippe, 1 child. Dippe, 2 children. Dippe, 4 children. Okay. 4 children, well, no, 5, the 5 pieces is Elias's kids. So it's like this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. This is the 5 pieces who are up here. And then one of them had 4 kids. Question mark? So we have Pop. We have Junior and the 3rd Miracle. Red! Ha ha! Alright, let me go back with this new information. Okay, Clark got married, is 18 in 1964. But, like, she talks about the kids, but, like, Clancy... Carl... Are there 2 Carls? Or is she talking about another generation? She's talking about the one below? She's like... Where's the name list? Show me the Carls. Is there 1 Carl? Yes. So she's talking about that Carl specifically. Carl gets married to a Danielle. Not Brenda. This is 2 of them. So this is Lauren? So, okay. Do you ever have a dream? Lauren's below. Lauren's mom is unknown. I'm sorry, my brain is quite literally turning off. So she has younger brothers. So it's oldest to youngest. And then she had Clark, which is her only son. who is Carl's, who is Clancy's, who is... I feel like I'm having a fucking panic attack. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. So, she... One... Most of these people only had one child. All of these people only had one child. I hate you. Oh. So is it her? Was she the oldest? Did her husband get to be in the photo? He died! When was this taken? This is her husband. And like, the fact that it lets me pick, oh god. The fact that it lets me pick an image makes me think this has to be her. Because the other ones don't let me pick an image. And then her husband, Jacob, she was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Okay, yeah. She was an author, but then she also... I guess that would make what... Okay, I guess she published things later. Because she complained about being a housewife and not being allowed to be anything else. But I guess that was before. What do you mean? White Brenda. I got White Brenda. Why is there a secret third thing? Evan, welcome! And thank you for the sip. Do I have to get a picture of her again in the other photo? Let me look at her face. Is that her? She's cute. It's just like I can't tell. Is she this one? Orange? Let me look at this again. I wanted to know the left. You're before siblings in the middle and she's the only girl. Oh. I think she is this one. Okay, and your name was Jacob? I will compare the picture. Give me a second. I want to get her husband's name real quick. Jacob. Jacob. Rafferty. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Okay. There's only one. I didn't have to look it up. There's only one. And then her son is Clark. Okay. Eli looks like their dad. So. This is dad. This is dad. And then this one? Is this Eli? Oh, chat's covering him? Okay. I didn't see. This one on the left. And then I'm assuming it's the one to the left of her, right? I just realized you can't see my mouse. I've been circling things. It's Ancestry.com meets Oberdin. You're trying to figure out a whole family tree, and it only locks them in when you get like 3 at a time. Let me see if I can... Let me see... Capture cursor? There we go. Now when I go like this, we all know. Okay. So that's Eli. Which is her brother. Of what age? Second youngest? What is the age of these people, though? Girl, help. Miracle is technically a 5th piece. And that's Miracle. And then this must be Miracle's youngest, the baby. Glasses Man has to be Miracle. I think Miracle's blind or something? Half blind? Something happened to his eye. Unclear what it is. Okay, Okay. I'll go back to your diary. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Hold these thoughts. Hold these thoughts deep and close to you. No, it's okay. I have to find out. I have to get a picture of Clark. What the fuck? Are you this one? This is James. So are you... This is James. Clark, the cousin. Right? Because she's complaining about her son getting married to someone at 18. Clarky. Clark the Clark man. And Clark was in a band. It's not the son of James, it's the he didn't know his dad. So he's in this band. This is James and Diamond. And then they got together with their family. They're like distant relatives. Or their cousin, and then the 2 girls who are actually sisters. to be in a band. So if this is James, which one in this picture is James? Because the other one is Clark. Is it the one with the facial hair? Like, is that the clue? So Clark has no facial hair? Clark a little baby man? Is it this one? It's so hard. She said he dyed his hair? Question mark? Let me... and he's married Danielle. And he's a musician. And then she's like, my brothers never did anything. Oh my god, I didn't even read the rest of this. Somehow I thought that the thing ended. I didn't scroll. Okay. That's not a bad president. Sister student group raising her twins. Gwen is... I thought she said she's doing a good job raising her twins, Gwen and Gwen. And I was going to throw my computer out the window. Gwen is Gwen. But at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. The twins, Gwen and Gwen. Oh my god, the way that it freaks out when I drink. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, fuck, dude. So he married Danielle. And there's like... And he's one of these boys, and everyone in chat disagrees who it is. But your hair's dark, and that's dark hair, and then this is... You're a cute boy, and I like you very much. He cheated on his girl. There's also that. They split up. And then he got with someone else, who I assume is the younger sister, and then they split up. But they had a kid. That's gonna be complicated. Okay, let's find... Let's get her siblings in here. Becca, take me back. What was your train of thought, Becca? Take me back. Okay. 3 younger brothers. Stay with her and Aunt Margot. Gwen as an only child. So... this one or this one. Unclear which. Wait, no, then Gwen has twins. So this one... a lot of them had 2 kids. You're in the VOD. Her dad wrote a document, okay, about the dynasty? Plan Sid. Plan Sid. Angelo and Zach, I'm the next oldest of us all. It's in the intro document? Okay. He's the firstborn son of the first 5-piece. So, if it's oldest to youngest, firstborn, this is Zach. If that's the case, then this is Zach. Firstborn son, there's an older girl. This is Zach. Fuck me. It has to be Zachariah, right? She spells his name without an H. And her surname doesn't match. And that's him? Because she was fat-phobic about it? Angie's older than Zach. So this is Angie. Angelica Morden. So one of your parents is Morden. Caroline? Gwendolyn and James. Ketzel, welcome to hell. Okay. Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next on the list of all of us. Okay, and these... Stop. Show me the picture again. Zach? Okay. Standing together, we clearly let us folded in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Okay. So, is this Angie? Or is this Angie? One of these is Angie. You have sort of red hair, so is this your sister? Like, is that what we're doing? And then he became the president. The second president. Right? And she's presumably also a housewife. Gwen's an only child. So... one of these. And then you have your brothers. I would love to know who they are. I'm like terrified to look up anybody else and get more documents. I'm so scared to do that. Like I want to wring this dry because I'm so scared. But I do want to look up Miracle because what the fuck is this? What do you mean? Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. Okay. So... Gwen is your... That could flip. They're both more... Gwen is young. I think Gwen is younger. There's so many Gwens. There's Gwen. There's 2 Gwendolyns. And there's a Gwyneth. Oh, right, the ages of the... So we got the 2 girls. She looks like she could be the oldest. Okay. Ari, yes, Miracle's a 5-piece, but there's 3 Miracles? Like in the family? Oh my god, it freaks the fuck out. Okay, so tell me what your vibe is. Is this a Gwendolyn? We don't know the name of the 5s is the problem. We have this. She calls her dad Pop. We have Eli Jr., who I'm assuming is in the middle. Because he looks very proud of himself. The 5 pieces were named because he had 5 kids. And that's it. No other distinguishing information. And then... Pop argued that we should stay with because we still have the Roottrees name. So something went terribly wrong. The thing is, Ari, the flavors changed. They're not how they used to be because of modern audiences or whatever. So they can't even help us. Oh my god. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Your brother Eli. So there's 2 Elis? There's a lot of Elis. Do you guys want to take a break? I could go eat some banana bread or something. And we could, like... Let's look at the Elis together. So, there's Elias Jr., there's Elias C, and there's Elias Clark's voice, yeah, we have Danielle. We got Clark, we got Danielle. Then they split up because he cheats on her with... Well, I guess we could find out who this is. Becca? I'm holding your paws gently in my own. Fucking save me. Granny had sisters, and Granddad had a brother or 2, but trimmed the branches from the family. So, Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris. Miracle's boys. Miracle's boys. Think about that. Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. Think about that. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Which Miracle was the televangelist? Miracle Jr. Fuck, it gave me more information. Okay. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle's root tree. Miracle Root Tree arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive. Yeah, I did notice that he was very young, so he's the last baby in their tree. He was younger than by 14 years, and they thought he was a miracle. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still with the power of God on his side, he persevered. 23 years later, Miracle Root Tree Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Root Tree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Okay. Okay, wait, no. Everybody shut the fuck up. Miracle is here. We got him. We got him, boys. And then Miracle Jr. is starred. Jesus fucking Christ almighty. Jesus Christ. Three Generations of Miracles tour. A special appearance from Miracle Root Tree on his 68th year on God's earth. Children now welcome. Why were they not before? Miracle Third and his wife, Nicole. Okay, so do you want like a more recent photo of him? What do you want from me? Like, that's him. And then his son, Miracle Jr., who was a little baby man and is like one of these men. Neither of these men look 68 years old. This is Miracle Jr. Jr., I'm assuming, because he looks youngest. That's all I know. Isn't it beautiful? What? Television... What is his job? Preacher. Oh, fuck. Oh god, girl, help.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes. But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Root Tree reunion.
Oh, girl!
Some important-looking papers.
Why would you do that to me? No!
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Who didn't validate? Her son. Didn't validate. He could be not a musician. We could have gotten the photo wrong, or he could have not been a musician when he passed. Well, the dude said that he got a different job, but it was still making music. Like, he made jingles, but that's still a musician, right? Don't be fucking rude, game. Okay, I'll look at the pages in a moment. I'm having a mental breakdown. Is this Miracle the Third? Is that your son? Is it just miracles all the way down? And then with his wife, Nicole. They're youth pastors. What does that mean? Occupation about ads? Perhaps? Advertising. He's one of these guys, and I can tell you that with absolute certainty. That one of those guys, that's him. You know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And I'm gonna hide this, because when I stand up, this thing's gonna freak the fuck out. I'll be right back. Okay? If you need to go to the bathroom or eat a snack, do it now. Before, or forever hold your peace or whatever. Wow. Against all odds. We return. Look at this shit. Look at these fucking people. Are you kidding me? Every 20 years or so, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage, a pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, in childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Okay. And fuck you too, though. Like, what? Why is my head kind of freaking out? Wait a second. Reset. Thank you. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a written note attached that seemed personal. It's a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up as in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is to simply love is our future. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. So this isn't Edward. Question mark? Or it is. Maybe he's just not the one sending the message. Maybe there's multiple people sending messages all the time. Maybe I'm in danger. This photo is an attached remark from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pull the water damage picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris. Gwyn and the boys. Gwyn and the boys is something to consider. To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's unexpected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl had carried on for him after taking over. As for myself, it's impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that without the two of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie. Sad? You? Oh, it's just like what your employer brought to you. Debbie Bean! Deborah Bean! Could it be after all this time? And her husband Ernie? And their daughter Nicole? Guardian, adoption, or otherwise. Okay. Could it Bean? Where's one child? This is one child. But that's not a child anymore. What is this? What is happening in this square? Someone split up and then two people of unrelated origin arrived. And they had kids. Okay, let me look up Miracle again. Okay. Spread the word of healing. He regained his sight. I feel like that's not true. But who am I to say? So are you also a preacher? Is that, like... It's preachers all the way down, baby! Okay, we got Clark. Clark's locked in. He's an advertising boy. And we got this guy and his wife. Yet another child, though. Who is Sam? That's an important question. And also, Miracle, who's your wife? Miracle Jr.'s was Edith? Okay. I have many pictures of you, my boy. Like, derogatory. Edith, his sister, faked being in a wheelchair. Ain't that just the way? No, Eye Patch Child is Miracle. Because he was born very, very late compared to the rest of his family. So all of them are a grown-up and he's a baby. And also he didn't have sight when he was a kid. But then through the grace of God, he did. Oh, that's just a bonus photo? I just put that in now. Oh, he's the little baby. That's him, yeah. Who's his other child? It's interesting that they're never mentioned. What have you done? Oh, Bear! We have to find out, obviously. Okay. What are we doing now? Back up. We can go back to this. She was talking about her brothers. Miracles. Eli. Becca, how do you just, like, remember things? It can't have been Elias Jr., though. Right? Because that would be for Elias's son. But then she also has a brother named Elias. EC. So it's not... So EC Elias C is her brother, I'm assuming. And Elias Miracle. This guy needs to fucking stop. He has to stop. Jor! Welcome! Happy Wednesday. Welcome to, like, Head Hurdy. Girl, tell me the status of your siblings. Like, tell me. Eli. Are you the second? Are you the oldest? Second oldest, youngest? Like, if I go by height, or... There's Elias, there's John. And then there's Sam. We're figuring out a big family tree. We're like reverse engineering. Like a big family tree. Three younger brothers. Got it. Aunt Margot. And then Aunt Margot is Gwen's mom. Right? And she's got one child, I assume. So one of these. Well, what is the age in this picture? Who's to fucking say? Eli Jr. is Eli Jr. the oldest? Like, is that... Because you seem like you are. But you're not. Are you here? If one of you is Gwendolyn or James... Oh, I'm reaching the point where my brain starts to be like, whoa, 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 and then it just like, you know? Like, you look like the oldest. And then... No. Elias Jr. And then Miracle. I'm assuming I'll find more recent pictures of them. I'm not sure. Ah! The creature! I feel clinically insane. Becca, you keep saying things to me and, like, they make sense, but then, like, that's just, like, the end of the sentence. You know? Like, you're just like, oh, and isn't Elias C with the Lauren? And I'm like, who the fuck is that again? And also, you know? Like, I hate that we know about her brothers, but we don't know, like, their age group. What is his name? Did it put a period? Please! Save me! Okay, I'm taking a deep breath. I'm taking a deep breath. I'm going back to this. Because they had an affair. And they talked about having the affair. Clark and I grew up like brothers. Ah! Whale chat! The whale is here. The whale will rise. Clark in bed with her younger sister. Her youngest sister. So it's Diamond, something, and then Jane. He was with Jane? Right? Is that the implication? That he was with Jane? Was he just wording that weird? Or was it like... with my cousin? And his ex? Which is Clark and Danielle. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpa insisted he spend time with Dad and me. He got married at 18. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. This is James talking. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters. But then Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister. But, like, do you mean Jane? Or do you mean a secret third sister? A secret third thing. Okay. Who is Jane? Who are Diamond and Jane? Who had 3 kids? In this sort of age group. Nobody. I guess they wouldn't be here, yeah. Because they're not related to the thing. But I'm killing myself. Have you considered that? Who's James? Where is who? But then who was phone? Where's James? Where is he? James is a cousin. I think, well, not really a cousin. James... Is there a Diamond the Third? There's only Diamond LaRue. Wait, LaRue? Kim? They had a kid. And then he married someone else. That's not at all. Bleh. 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 Okay, and this is Gwen and... Gwen is... Okay, but also Gwen is so notable. And, like, famous. And is, like, constantly going around doing shit with the boys. Where is Gwen? We have to find her. Who's responsible for Gwen? Single child who had twins. So this one? No, because it's... She's like the same age as Gwen, so it'd be like up here. Single child who had twins? They're cousins, right? Aunt Margot. This is Elias and then Aunt Margot. Split up. So that could be also a thing. Also, who are the boys? Who are the boys? Gwen and the boys with a capital B. And it's the Free Spirits. So it's not, I don't think it's her kids. I think it's, is it her kids? This is the same Gwen. Gwen's always fucking around. She's never at the family reunions. She's always in Paris. She's... I don't know where she is. Okay. Yeah, she's living the glamorous life. Okay, she gets to be the starlet and tell tales, kissing the boys. She's not a housewife. There's Gwen and then there's Gwen with two N's. Yeah. The granddaughter of Elias Roottree. But her father took her mother's name. So she's not... So it's this then. And she starred. Okay. And then they split up. Father took her mother's name, so it's one of the five. And it's Aunt Margolite. Who I'm assuming they look alike. They're blonde, so it must be her. We found Margolite. The fucking cryptid. And then she had the boys. I imagine. Unless I'm like, are the boys her kids? What if we say the boys are her kids and then we find out that actually they're boys she's kissing and we're just like, fuck. We really fucked it up. It's a good call, Becca. Where are the boys? Oh, it's in age order though, so I don't know which one's which. Okay. She often appeared in tabloids. How do I find that? What if I look up Margolite? Margolite doesn't exist. Because it's like highly publicized tabloid. I have them. I just don't know. I need like a name. Is library just for books, or is library... It is just for books. Girl, help. Okay. Let's go to the end. Mark got married. My brothers all pursue passive knowledge. Edward is to take over the department. We'll come back for that. Zach's gonna be president. Gwen is Gwen. She came out of the divorce. She even come up so we can meet her kids. Can I meet her kids? Can I meet the kids? Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. So, wait. Patsy? Patsy? There's a Patsy in there. He went to the bike and Sam was on the thing and Sam's like a fucking weird outlier. Okay. She went on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cossells, but she hardly ever mentions them. Sarah Cassell. And then on her father's side, so there's one more boy. This is your dad. If you had a dad and he had a name, what would his name be? Do you think? What if you had a dad? What do you think you'd name him? If that was something that you were capable of naming your dad. You're feeling a Clancy? We can do Clancy Edward? There's only a Clancy Jr. Does she have a brother named Clancy? I'm sipping. Look out. Hey, that's fucked. I got it. You wrote a legal document. I'm so sorry. 1 second. Fuck you. Clancy? Clancid. Trust is a highly unusual corporate arrangement manager Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Elias's son and the Roottree Candy Company's head lawyer. You've done it. Three of them.
You're listening to WRTG. It's time for your headlines.
Okay.
Once an hour,
every hour on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an
Oh, no.
already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottree's belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall.
I'm sure it's
We
fine.
interviewed a local psychologist about who would do
We
something
interviewed a
for that
psychologist.
article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
Okay. I will be doing that. Okay, let's do here. Your local investigative jazz radio station. During their news segments at 45 minutes on the hour, they have talked about the plane crash. This recent hour, they also talked about a picture taken from Carl's office. During the interview, it's revealed that there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to a recent storm. That means it was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The psychologist, however, also goes on to posit the culprit had an alternative agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say they have it in their possession. The article says, "Don't believe their lies, this is just another instance of the Rootree curse being a real true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered, and the picture had evidence on it." There's a long, rambly conspiracy website with a very small, very red text on a black background that says the Roottrees are cursed. It's been very recently updated with the following. With Carl and Brenda and their girls, that makes 5 new deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents of the Rootree Company have died mysteriously. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but nobody was arrested. Then Ernie Madsen Jr. stepped down. Was he poisoned? Now, just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. This cannot be a coincidence. There's another entry that claims if you connect the dots in the pattern of the 5 pieces wrapper, it creates a Mayan ruby skull, a secret message meant to subliminally scare people away. Oh, fuck. We talking about Moida? In the chat? The post before that is a link to a site that talks about how Earth has 4 corner simultaneous 4-day time cubes. The author of this site seems to agree. An entry from a few months ago claims the owner of the site received an email from Chris Raff, 75 at prodigy.us, asking him to take down the site with faked proof that Ernie Madsen Jr. actually had a heart condition and wasn't poisoned. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows that the proof was fake because he's an expert at creating fake evidence. The first entry is from 1996 and has a blurry picture of the Rootree Candy Company factory, seemingly taken by the website's author from behind a fence and through some trees. It seems that Operation R229 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on February 29th, 1996. Thomas Overwood. 1 second. Oh fuck, we're going down a rabbit hole, I'm sorry. You find more conspiracy websites. Some people out there claim that the Roottrees are changing the candy recipe to include more and more chemicals, and that this was done in cooperation with bad actors from an unknown government. They claim that due to a loophole in the calendar, it's possible to get away with nearly any crime on a leap day as long as it isn't discovered until after the day is over, and that every 4 years in a leap year, the Rootree Company hosts a meeting with foreign agents to conspire to poison our children. The proof is that Rootree candies contain polyglycerol, an ingredient in the candy that wasn't there when it first released. They claim it's added as an attempt to addict people and eventually induce mind control. The website claims to sell pills that counteract this effect for children that have already eaten Rootree candy in the past. You do an additional search for polyglycerol, whatever, and it seems to be an emulsifier in chocolates approved by the FDA and widely used across many products. Thomas Overwood seems to have a few different sites about mysterious deaths and curses. In addition to the Rootree curse, you also find one about the truth behind Spirit Cola, which claims that Spirit really stands for Satan's plague is returning in 2000, and that in the year 2000, anyone who has drunk Spirit Cola will die. Oh fuck. Another website is Stock Markets and the Devil's Numbers, which claims that if you multiply any stock price by 666, then also multiply the current year by that same stock price, then add those two numbers together and divide the entire total by the stock price, and finally subtract the current year, you'll always end up with 666. Bottoms up and the devil laughs. so. Jesus Christ. Bottoms up, and the devil laughs. Okay, okay, we know that the one guy died of a heart condition, and he's married to Deborah Bean. Where is she? Where's Deborah Bean? This makes me feel like I'm having an anxiety attack. Like, what are you talking about? There's just no way. Ernie and I had to say strong for Nicole. From Deborah Bean. What was how Carla has carried on for him after taking over? So they were close with these two, so I imagine that the age would be similar? But, like, it could be literally any of these people. We look up Ernie. I know that we're not learning anything. Because I'm just like, I'm going into 18 different directions. It's because I'm very ill. Okay, I'm gonna sit, look out. Awful, terrible. The worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Okay, and then Chris Raff. So is Chris one of your kids? You're a Rafferty, so it has to be Chris Rafferty, right? Stop. Not Christ Rafferty! Oh no. Chris Raff's 75. Okay. How do I find out? Okay. We gotta back up, guys. We gotta follow a different path. We gotta take a moment. The stream's ending soon. But Butley Counter Times is in there. Simply Jones, a candidate for city council, won her campaign on election day about a month ago. She has a bare bones website for her campaign. It's simply a picture of her campaign mailer. Underneath it, it says, be sure to read the full article in the Butler County Times. Please. The little magnifying glass with the number is like intuition of how important and how much evidence is in that specific piece of... So this is an 11. I think that means it... So there's 11 clues attached in this. Fucking perish, it said. Okay. Literally die. Literally die. Becca, probably. Maybe tomorrow when we come back to this and my brain's empty, we can do that. The most recent mention of Stephanie Jones is a small report detailing the election results from last month. She won. You can also find the full version of the newspaper clipping on the back of the campaign mailer. While most of it's unimportant, you do find the following. Stephanie Jones, born Stephanie Landon until her marriage to local business owner Brian Jones, has lived in Butler County her whole life. She grew up in a home without a father, with my mother and her partner. The gays? I had an entirely female influence. Though she's a distant cousin of the Roottrees, her mother Caroline, a local artist who's appeared on the front page of the Butler Times in the past, doesn't come out opposed to the corporation's policies regarding deforestation of indigenous trees to expand their maple farms. Unlike my mother, I'm not a fighter. I want to bring love to the world. Okay. Do we have any Landons? I don't think we do. Who's lesbian? Who lesbian? Okay, no. Brian Jones. There are many advertisements over the years, as well as a small article from 1995 about Jones Graphic and Print. The article is a piece about Brian Jones taking over his father's print company after 20 years. I've been in and out of that shop my whole life. My father taught me everything there is to know when it comes to getting the job done. Right and getting it quick. We've been a printing staple of Butler County for years. Whether you're a new client or one of our regulars, nothing will change. Come on down for the best prices on bulk printings or search for us online. I designed the website myself. I will. Are you kidding me? I will search for the website myself. The website seems fancy. It even has frames. The website lists the address, hours, and a few examples of clients and the type of work they've done for each. Stephanie Jones campaign mailers, Roottrees Candy Company, Butler County holiday light banners, tour flyers, coupon. We also do web design. Roottrees Motors. Oh my god. You can find any traces of them. As a local business, they may be featured at other places. So here. Used to be called Wilkins Motors. 3 different versions of the ad have been added to your evidence list. What if I hate you? What are you going to do then? Ah! Roottrees Motors ad that ran from 1974 to 77. Wilkins Motors is still the same family business, but has joined the Roottrees family. We have a new name, but we promise we're still the same family business. All that's different is we joined a sweeter family. So Wilkins married into the Roottrees. Your local family mechanic servicing the entire Pittsburgh area. Tessa Roottree, our newest fixer, learned all there is to know about cars from her Roottrees Motors parents. Tessa? Who the fuck are you? Tessa? Tessa, goddammit. This is all really recent, though. Right? Yeah. So this is like 2 years ago. No, this is this year. It's 1996, right? 1998. Okay, it was 2 years ago. So she's way at the bottom if she's in there. What was the name? They married into the... Wilkins. Give me the names list. Wait, I'm freaking out. Give me the names list. Catherine? Okay. Catherine? Catherine! Rise! Catherine, rise. Please. Catherine, please rise. I've learned nothing. Where else are you, my sweet baby? My sweet boy, are you in here? It's very hard to tell. My sweet boy who cheated on 2 partners. Where is a picture of Carl? Okay, wait. Everybody shut up. He's in here somewhere. Carl is in here. Eli! We have a picture of him. Is this Carl? Who? Okay, I have a question. This is the 70s, right? Who is this fucking Victorian-era sideburn boy? Who is this Bridgerton-ass? Like, what do you mean? They're redheads, so I'm assuming that they're the children of the other redheads. Or... teenager in the middle. Is that what it said? Carl's a teenager in the middle. We got him. I said we got him. Thank you. Here's Carl in his twink era. Okay, and then we have a picture of Eli. One of the redhead's kids has to be that redhead. Wait, is Eli in, like... This looks like a mechanic's uniform, right? Am I crazy? I know a lot of them look like that, but... But, like, Eli, help. Who else had an Elias, though? Like, there's so many of these in the family. It's, like, kind of atrocious. Also, girl, help. I'm like, this is so enriching for my enclosure. Like, in ways that you can't even begin to imagine. But I'm also very stressed. We didn't find out who Jim is. We got Carl. Like, we know that he's a musician. But where'd he go? He's the Jim and Diamond guy, but like where? You know what I'm saying? He's a recluse. And he's, like, the same age as Clark. It has to be, like, kind of the same age. I don't know, though. I don't know where he is. Jim, rise up. Two of the LaRue sisters. Okay. Jim, who's your dad? So Grandpa used to insist he spend time with my dad and me. Because they're cousins, right? Like, that's their whole thing. Yes. So he's one of these kids. But he's not Carl. He's notable. Jim is starred. Oh, so that he'd have a star on the thing. That's him. I always forget that they do that. It's Jim. Oh, James, sorry. And he was a musician. And he looked like this. Well, I guess the most recent profession, he's a recluse. He doesn't do anything. So my father was connected to Roottree. Is retired an option? Not? No. I mean, it could be right and the other ones that we have aren't correct. So it's not locking in. Okay, and then she also has a brother named Elias. Oh, she does. That's Elias. Who are the kids? Sam, the thing is, Sam's an outlier somewhere. Is this, like, where's Sam gonna be in here? This is not locked in. I don't really know what Gwendolyn does. I assume housewife. Also, this could not be her. No, it has to be her. Because these two locked in. We have Elias Jr. What was his occupation? He designed a warehouse. Was he an architect? Yes. Alright, that's all the notables. Don't ever speak to me again.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it, but I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed.
Yeah, girl, I know.
I'm a root tree.
Oh my god.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more, in person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
Can you imagine saying that to a person? I'll return after 15 more blood relatives. No, I know. I got it. I got it. Thank you. Look at these locked in boys though. Wrong Patricia. Wrong Patsy. Also, Gwendolyn wasn't a housewife. Can I look her up before the stream's over? It's a very old... Oh my god. How do you spell your fucking name? Gwyn? 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 Don't... I fucking hate these names. I fucking hate them. Girl, help. Oh, Bear! I'll miss you. I mean, I'm assuming that this is our secret person, right? But who's to say? Okay, well, we got the Fab Five. I want to know about her divorce with Bobby Flay or whatever. I am going to end the stream, though. Because I have to end the stream, and I have to do it, like, now. Before I get sucked in. And it'll be fucking over. So. Thank you all for coming to stream. I'm so happy. The enrichment in my enclosure is unimaginable. Thank you all for coming. Have fun Norping tonight. I hope you all get to Norp. And I'll see you tomorrow. I love you very much. Goodbye!